exercise. Let's make it interactive. Don't be afraid to unmute. Let's all jump in here and help each other out. But I want you to do two things right now. I want you to pull up whatever your current top 25 list is, because everybody did their business plan, right? We're all starting out 2024 with a plan. And if not, that's okay. But pull out your top 25 or pull out those old lists. Pull them out right now. Your chicken list, you know, the ones that you look at, you wrote the names down, but you're like, that's that phone call. You just can't make it. You don't want to pick it up. Right? Pull them out, guys. Get out your notebooks, because we're going to go through some exercises here, and we want to help kind of start to think about, how are we going to have these conversations? How are we going to approach people? And something that I want you guys to do, I typed out a lot of the information today so that you can take screenshots, but I'd like for you to put in front of your prospecting book, just make some notes, jot down what are the key points in relating to certain personality types. What are the key points? What are some key phrases? So as we're sitting there, you know, that weekly prospecting period, and we're looking at our list and we're going, I don't know who to call right now. You'll have the information in front of you, and hopefully it will trigger some prosperity in the coming months. Fair enough? Can everybody agree? Boom, let's get it done. So the next thing I'd like you to do while you're pulling that out, I just want you to go back to that moment that you personally decided to join this business. What was it that you heard in that moment? Charles, you want to unmute for a second real quick? Just tell us, what did you hear? What was the message that grabbed you? Just the 30-second, what was the message that grabbed you?
Well, it's teaching financial literacy, right? So I've been in that realm, doing it for free as a collateral duty in the military all the way, you know, since the beginning. Mm-hmm. And I understand how powerful it is to fix your life and your immediate family's life and your future family. And just by partnering up in the situation I was in with my father and meeting Motto at the right time, introducing me to Marla and John and everybody else on the team, it was a no-brainer, right? It was a smooth transition.
A smooth transition. Okay, but that's what you heard. You heard financial literacy, and you heard education. Mm-hmm. So just bear that in mind. So everybody, thank you, Charles, for sharing. Bear in mind, what was the message that you heard? And is everybody ready? Do we have our list together? All right. We're going to jump into our PowerPoint here. So here we are, the year of the dragon, the year of prosperity, the year of prospecting. So what's your star going to be? So close your eyes. I'm going to read the screen to you. And I just want you to sit and see if this resonates with you. Of paramount importance to me is stability, responsibility, belonging. Duty is of paramount importance to me. Titles, tradition, predictability is important to me. Structure, rules, credentials, dependability, ownership is important to me. My talents include providing. I'm a provider. My talents include preserving what is. Sequential thinking, management, logistics, implementation is a big talent for me. Planning, commitment, responsibility. I'm an organizer. I'm tenacious. I'm detail-oriented. In my starring role, I expect everyone to follow the rules and regulations. I expect you to do what you say you will do. I set up and implement predictable systems. I trust proven authority. I tend to see the world in black and white. I accept a time-tested and proven establishment. I learn through memorization, recall, and drill. I run efficient meetings with an agenda, and I'm always on time. I value roots, home. I dislike people who question authority or who do not obey. I might insist on procedure for procedure's sake and not to be responsive to need. I use the past to guide me into the future. So guys, can you open your eyes now? Does that resonate with you? Did somebody's nodding your head? Okay, so Audie, you're nodding. That resonated with you, right? So let's think about this, Audie. So to communicate with you and to make a big production about, you like to be communicated to with concrete facts. Is that true? You like facts, right? Details, proven reliability, and a track record is important when we're communicating. Fair enough? Okay, we want to include and belong. Predictability. So you don't like change, Audie, is that fair? You like to know what the schedule is, what the agenda is, and you don't want somebody pulling the rug out from under you at the last minute and changing plans, right? You like being organized. You like efficiency. You want to communicate ownership, which provides a sense of stability. Punctuality is important. Cooperation to reach organizational goals. So teamwork is important. Fair enough? Certainty, keeping commitments, low risk and safety. So you probably have a low risk tolerance. You wouldn't just go jump off the cliff because somebody else did it, right? Boom. So well thought out plans and systems. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen real quick. And Audie, I appreciate you for stepping up. Would you share for us very quickly, Audie, what message did you hear when you joined the company? Why did you join us?
Financial struggling and the way to proper address, because I heard about the financial for a long time, but never implement, never take action. I remember the last day that I exit from the military, they have the class like a brief for the financial 101. They talk about the credit, they talk about everything, but I never implement that up until I facing it. And when it's come back again and see the community talk about it, that no hesitate to make decision to join.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. So guys, did you hear Audie? So what we were talking about is a structured personality, and Audie comes from a military background, like Jemima, like Dexter, like Karen, like Charles, right? So there was a very specific, clear, structured message that they heard. So now I want you to take 5 minutes. I want you to go through that top 25 or whatever that old prospect is, that list is that you're working with, and go through and put an S by those individuals that you feel like represent what you just heard. And if you don't have a list that you're working with currently, that's okay. Give us a minimum of 5 names that fit this structured personality. So let's think about those S personalities. And a lot of times The S personality is a personality that, especially, if we're not a structured person, we tend to be afraid of. They sit on the top of our chicken list. So we all have our S personalities identified. Let's move on to our next personality type. Oh, let's wrap up with our S a little bit. So when talking and communicating with our S, take a screenshot of this and put this in front of your prospecting notebook, right? When I'm the director or the leader as an S personality, I tend to be formal and I clearly define roles. I could be demanding. I keep the organization on track. I focus on getting the right thing in the right place at the right time. I give the specific details and relevant information to reach specific results. I give feedback that focuses on getting back on course. I believe that each person must earn appreciation. This is really important, guys, when thinking about communicating and creating the messages that structured person is going to be able to relate to. I need to be given authority before I will take charge. So I'm not just going to step up. I have to be asked to step up. I have to be motivated to step up, right? I need a planned structure and a stable environment. I need to know the rules when I'm being directed. So when you're trying to lead a structured person, now, as all of us in this room are SMDs, are future SMDs. Am I right? You're the dragon. You're the SMD. So as an SMD, you want to lead your structured person to work better if the tasks and roles are defined well. So you've got to be clear and specific in your communication to your S's. You need to be responsible, diligent, and steady in your leadership. You need to follow through with every detail. So if you put it out there, hey, we're going to have a team meeting, da-da-da-da-da, what do you got to do? You got to do it. And you got to have an agenda for it, right? It can't be willy-nilly. This is a business. And for your S person, you want to be thoughtful or we're going to lose them, okay? You want to follow through with every detail, carry out policies and procedures efficiently for your S's. You want to do things right the first time, and you like leaders who have earned their titles. So it's okay when you're leading a group of S's to talk about how you got there. It's important that they know you earned your leadership role. Fair enough? All right. So that's our S personality. The S personality type stands for structure. So now I want everybody to close your eyes. Let's read off this. I'm going to read off this next section and see if this resonates for you, or start thinking about the people on your list that it feels like this sounds like them, okay? So of paramount importance to me is knowledge and learning, competence, intelligence. Self-mastery is of paramount importance to me. Concepts, understanding, universal truths, logical consistency. The bigger picture is of paramount importance to me. Insight, progress, accuracy. My talents include strategic thinking, abstract thinking. I'm a visionary, using precision in my thought and language, dealing with complexity. I'm very talented at theoretical development. I'm a perpetual learner. I'm always searching for a better way. Rationality is one of my talents. I'm a problem solver. I'm analytical. I'm creative. I'm also logical and a designer. So in thinking about this particular personality type, did this resonate with anyone? Who did this resonate with? Who's our theoretical thinker in the room? Any T's, guys?
That's partially me, but I'm kind of a chameleon. But I'm a nuclear guy, and I went to school for stuff. I design stuff, right? So just makes the process easier.
So Charles, you'll be our T in the room, and Siri. I see Siri's hands raised. Awesome. So Charles and Siri, listen to this next screen. Let's see if you guys agree. So your talents include: I trust logic and reason above all else. I can map out a strategic overall plan. I am precise in my speech and I notice contradictions. Siri, you notice every contradiction, don't you? I hear that when we're having conversations. If something changes, you pick up on it immediately. I bet that's true for you too, Charles. I focus on long-term results and can project far into the future. I easily, yes, Siri's nodding, I easily learn abstract ideas and can project far into the future. I can keep several issues in mind at the same time. So you guys are able to bounce a lot of balls in the air. I resolve conflict logically, rationally, and avoid emotionalism. I use diagrams and models to communicate abstractions. I bet that's true about you, Charles. Are you a diagram guy?
Yep.
Yeah, I get it. I am self-critical and usually spot my errors before anyone else. I dislike chit-chat and small talk and seek conversations with substance. So to communicate with Charles and Siri, take notes, guys. To communicate with Charles and Siri, the rationale or logic behind an event or request. So they want to know the why, right? Explaining the theory or the principles behind the idea. Again, the why. An opportunity to learn. I have to know, right? Get to the point with these guys. Efficiency of communication. Apologizing ahead of time when asking me to repeat myself. Okay, so Siri and Charles don't like to repeat themselves. This is cool. A method to change or improve something. The validity and logical proof of any new idea. They want to know, what's the proof of the idea? New insights to solve a complex problem. So they like complex problems. Technical details and complexities. A person or object's genius, precision, and efficiency. Objective truth and logical reasoning. Consistency in the ideas presented without excessive enthusiasm. So they like a lot of ideas, they just don't like it to be excessively or flowery presented. Fair enough? Efficiency and communicate with new ways to implement ideas. Any thoughts about this, Siri or Charles? What was the message that you heard when you came to WFG? Charles shared a little bit. How about you, Siri? What was the message that you heard that told you this is where I want to plant my flag?
Actually, when I first started the business, I actually didn't think much at all. I actually like the product. In one sense is because when I sit down and talk about the life insurance, and then I figure out that, oh, okay, you know what? I can figure out how much I have to save in order to reach my goal. Because all along everybody say save money, save money, save money, but there's no goal. So I can actually think, oh, now it's actually doable, and I know myself what I have to do. And with the other features, so I say, okay, it's good product, so I want to spread the words. That's when I actually sign up myself.
Okay, so Siri signed herself up, but what you heard, Siri, you heard the product.
Yes, the
You
features.
heard a strategy, and you saw the future.
Yes.
So do you hear that, guys? You see the difference between what Audie heard and what Siri and Charles heard. The message is different.
Yes.
Now, let's say, Jolly, would you like to play some music for 2 or 3 minutes? And guys, go through your list and put a big T for all the technical people on your list. And if you haven't got a list you're working with, again, that's okay. But give us 5 names of folks that sort of represent Siri and Charles, this technical way of thinking. When I'm the leader, as a technical leader, I tend to take charge. I tend to clarify the goal, and I expect others to carry it through. So I'm a delegator. I create a vision and build the theoretical models. So I create the vision and project into the future. I look for talent and competence. I focus on efficiency. I can tend to be impatient with errors and inefficiencies. So as the technical leaders in the group, we have to be careful about being patient and being considerate to our downline and the folks that we're working with, or to our clients, right? We prefer innovative projects. So we don't tend to love the same old all the time, do we? We want innovation. And we work towards long-term goals. We're not short-term motivated. We're long-term motivated. Right, Siri? So this is what we need to give our technical people. I need to achieve at a high standard. So guys, when we're leading technical people, we've got to be clear at what our standards are. And would we all agree that we need to have standards in our business? That was another thing that Jeff really spoke a lot about, was setting standards, right? So we need to achieve at a high standard. Complicated problems to solve. So with your technical people, give them the complicated cases. Invite them to come and participate in creating strategies in our case design, right? And it's important to create relationships that work. So now, when we're leading a technical person, we need to allow them freedom to develop strategies, right? We don't want to spoon feed them. We want to let them go out and do the work and dive in and find the strategies. We need to challenge them to be resourceful. Does that make sense? We need to challenge the leader to be knowledgeable and competent. So we can't just lead by the seat of our pants, not with our S's and now not with our T's. As leaders, what does this challenge us to do? It challenges us to step up and be prepared, right? So we need to sit and plan and not take action if they fear failure. Siri, Charles, do our T's fear failure?
Typically, no, I don't, because I like the challenge. I know there's more than one way to get to the end result, and I'm not normal, right? So I mean, I understand the flaws. I understand the benefits and what I can do, right? So I typically get pissed off when people tell me no and that it's not possible, because I know it can be, at the very least, it can be engineered, right? So
Okay.
that's
So
just me.
this might not be 100% accurate, and this is all theoretical. Oh, it's a T. It's all theoretical. But so fear of failure isn't something that resonates with Siri or Charles, but maybe it's something to bear in mind when we're dealing with our technical people. So design solutions to complex problems. Be consumed by a project that's intellectually challenging. Now, does that sound like a fit, Siri or Charles? Do you guys like dive in and get consumed when something's super challenging and interesting and intriguing?
Yes, we do.
But you tend to avoid the bureaucracy and time-wasting paperwork.
Yeah, the most valuable resource you have is time. You never get it back, right? So I mean, there's just it's wasting time on outdated paperwork and procedures is crazy. So I always, to make it easy and duplicatable, I always rephrase everything into a roadmap, right? So that anybody with an 8th grade, understanding can actually follow it. So my idea is to pick it up. You can laminate it and pass it out to everybody off the street, and they can duplicate it. That's how you crush speed.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's all. So you heard it from the T's, guys. That's super cool. So in thinking about avoiding bureaucracy and time-wasting paperwork, guys, if you're leading a team of S's and T's, this is where you really want to start thinking about utilizing a base shop coordinator or creating a structure to support your team so that they can go out and do what they do well and create efficiencies for them. So with that being said, that's our T personality, right? Our technical personality. Now, close your eyes and let's read the next round. So everybody close your eyes and think about, do these words resonate for you, or do they resonate with you for somebody on your list? Like who do these words resonate for? Of paramount importance to me is freedom of action. Making an impact is important to me. Variety, adaptability, beauty and opportunity, spontaneity is important to me. Stimulation, options and choices, action now, excitement, passion is of paramount importance to me. My talents include promoting, tactics. I'm a storyteller, pulling things through, pulling things together. I'm a performer. I'm an entertainer. I'm a negotiator. I love having fun. I'm a realistic problem solver. I'm improvisational. I'm competitive. I like to troubleshoot. I handle crisis well, and I'm very flexible. So in thinking about that, any does that resonate for anyone in the group? Who did that resonate for?
I have a lot of these too.
Is that Miss Jemima?
Yes, it was. Sorry if I got her in my ears.
I have
Miss
a lot
Jemima,
of these
Miss
too.
Jolly? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So ladies, I'm going to read through. Before I do that, Miss Jolly, how about sharing with us the message that you heard?
Making money.
Making money. That's what you heard, and then you were all in, huh?
100% all in with no excuses.
100% all in, no excuses, making money. Jemima, what did you hear? What was the message in the BPM that spoke to you?
Time and money for you, for yourself, and for your family and your loved ones, really. Like, you're in Japan and you're making money on vacation. Like, who does not want that? Who doesn't want to go to Thailand for 3 months and then make $250,000, right? I don't know, right?
Time and money.
What I heard.
You heard it from the A's in our crowd. Time and money. Okay, so let me go back and let's see, Jemima and Jolly, if this resonates for you. So, Let's see. My screen is covered with stuff here. Okay.
That's me too.
That's you too. Okay, perfect, Miss Maribel. On my starring role, I'm a skillful negotiator. I'm an optimist and sometimes proceed on blind faith. Everything's going to be okay. But guys, do you see where this is in conflict now with our S's and our T's? So we have to start thinking about how we message and how we can be flexible in sharing our message or utilizing matchup, right? Leveraging each other in this room, right? So I'm graceful and have dexterity with tools like baseball bats and dancing shoes. I love beauty and the aesthetically pleasing. I recognize and go after opportunity. You chase it big time, right, Miss Jolly? Boom. Never miss a chance. I try to find a better way to do it. I sometimes rebel against rules, routine, and structure. So direct conflict with our S's and our T's. Ever butt heads with your team, Miss Jolly?
That's 100%.
100%. Because you've got a lot of S's and wonderful T's on your team. So I take risks and I get things done. Right, Jim? You took a big risk. You quit the military. You and your husband left very stable jobs and said, boom, all in, no excuses. Right? I'm a natural entrepreneur. I learn best through hands-on methods. Show me, don't tell me. I dislike boredom or waiting. I dislike abstract ideas or useless theory. Get real. Like, get to the point, get real. Right, Miss Jolly? To communicate with these A's, Charles and Audie and Miss Siri, how do we communicate with these A personalities? They like the freedom to act, the action involved, the bottom line first. Always in a hurry, so talk fast, right? I'm the worst, actually, in a car dealership. I have zero patience for the finance guys. I'm like, don't give me the bullshit. Don't give me the BS. Give me that bottom line, taxes included, out the door, period. You got 2 minutes. The chance to be first, the biggest as you talk, the aesthetic beauty. You've got to give them the opportunity. You've got to give them a chance to jump in and show them how to do it. Variety of activities with minimal routine. We've got to keep these people moving. We've got to keep them engaged, right? Concrete examples, not theory. So with this group, it's stories sell, facts tell, right? How can I do it fast? Probably faster than anybody else. We got to make it a little competitive for them. So we're always running a contest, right? A system in place to deal with things that I dislike. Again, this is where as leaders, we need to start utilizing a BSC, a base shop coordinator, right? We've got to manage the paperwork for this group of people. And they like entertaining stories. And boy, they need that EPR, right? That constant communication, the constant reward and awards. Is that fair, ladies? Miss Jolly, Miss Jemima?
Yes, that's
All right, you guys. So when you're the A personality and you're the leader, you tend to be pragmatic and do whatever it takes to get the job done. Sound about right, Miss Jolly? Whatever it takes, we just get the job done, right?
Do or die.
Do or die. Jemima, was that you in the middle of the night at 4 o'clock in the morning before the event?
Yes, exactly.
That was Jemima. She went into that event, you guys, with an hour's sleep. And then she stage managed the whole thing for 3 full days. Boom. That was Jemima, do or die. So thank you for that, because that was an incredible event, Jim. And it wouldn't have happened without you and Dexter. So there it is. So you're pragmatic and you do whatever it takes to get the job done. You exude confidence and expect others to obey. But sometimes, right, Miss Jolly, we actually have to give them specific instructions to obey. Expectation doesn't take us all the way home. So we're adaptable as leaders, and if you can find a better way, you'll do it. Not governed by the way it's always been done. That's what we did before, so what, now what? But again, is that in direct conflict with our S? Right? Our S wants to do it exactly the way it's always been done. Don't change it, right? So very resourceful. Find someone to do the unexciting tasks, but which are necessary for A+ results. Again, base shop coordinator. Motivate the team to go for the gold. But what do A leaders need? Or what do your A recruits need, right? You guys need problems to solve and a crisis to handle all the time. This is a fairly dramatic group. They always need a little drama to spice things up a little bit. And recognition, a lot of EPR, encourage praise and recognition for a job well done. And the freedom to do it their own way. So you've got to give this group enough rope to hang themselves. Got to let them go out in the field and try it, right? Figure it out. And then when you're leading this group, they tend to challenge authority. Whoops. They tend to end up, right, Maribel, at another hotel down the street. And I'm not picking on Miss Maribel. So, but to challenge authority or ignore inconvenient policies and systems if they can do it better or faster. And sometimes that inconvenient policy or system is called compliance. We've got to help this crew not fall into a compliance hole, right? Avoid confining situations. They thrive on action. They always have to be doing something. So we've always got to make sure that our agenda is engaging. We have to trust their impulses, and we got to recognize they're going to be looking for the immediate payoff. So take a snapshot and add this, in front of your prospecting books so that you've got a reference for how to deal with that A personality. So, heading into the home stretch here, this was our action personality, right? Let's close our eyes. This is our last one here. And let's think about, is this you? Or is this somebody on your list? Who does this resonate? Who do these words resonate for? Of paramount importance to me are empathetic relationships. Authenticity is important to me. Self-actualization, identity, ideals, ethics are of paramount importance to me. Significance, involvement, cooperation, harmony, morality, personal growth is of paramount importance to me. My talents include diplomacy, empathy, imagining. I'm inspiring. I'm encouraging. I'm a romantic. I'm a catalyst. I'm your counselor. Communication is one of my talents. People skills, using metaphors, building rapport, mentorship is one of my talents. Envisioning the ideal. So guys, anyone relate to this particular slide? Siri is got a lot of R, but who are our big R's in the room? Girly, are you an R? O, are you an R?
I think I'm more of an A, Miss Lucy. But I
Yeah.
also have that R in me.
Oh yeah, no, totally. But I think you're a big R. Is that fair? See, you have that cute little dog on your screen. So, Miss O, what did you hear when you came to the company?
Actually, I'm kind of like R and A. So I come to the company because of the money. And then after that, I feel good that I can help people. Yeah. So
I think I heard you speak at convention. I thought that you were very much an R personality. You know, very kind, very sincere, very authentic in your desire to help people. Really stood out for me in your presentation. So let me ask you. Let's go share the next screen. We're at the top of the hour here. So, what do you think about in my starring role? I'm potentially oriented above all. I show appreciation easily and in many ways. I seek a deeper meaning, more deeper than material possessions alone. Would that be true, O?
yes,
You're enthusiastic and intense. You're also on a quest for self-actualization and you want to help others do the same. So not only do you want to improve, you're always wanting to help others improve. Is that fair?
right, yes,
You learn best if the subject includes people and you'd rather relate to the teacher, right? You need people's interaction. You like to be around others. You dislike inauthentic or fake people, right? Is that fair? You don't like fake people, true enough?
true, yes, it's true. Nobody likes fake people.
Yeah, no fake people. I'm with you on that one. You're a supporter and you're a confidant. You empower other people to do their best. When change is considered, the number one question is what will it do for people? In business, you stand out in recruiting, in training, in motivating, and in counseling. And you'll discuss ideas, but if people get angry, do you just kind of like bow out? Don't like conflict, right?
That's so true.
So true, right? So to communicate with the R or the relationship personality, you've got to communicate about how to develop people's potential, communicate about new ideas, communicate about involvement in cooperation, teamwork, the meaning of life, the ethical and worthy reasons behind a cause, especially involving people or animals, like that cute little puppy in O's screen, right? Bringing out the best in myself or others, how much you appreciate and how your efforts before any constructive criticism. So we can't just criticize the R personality, A's, S's, and T's. You've got to praise and empower them first before you can offer constructive criticism. You have to find the good for both the people and the organization. What do you really mean? I can usually read between the lines for the true meaning. So this group of people, guys, they're always reading between the lines. So the A personality says something, but the R personality is looking for the meaning behind it, right? It's important to communicate about making an impact on people's lives, about empowering others. You need to use a lot of examples with metaphors, and you have to spend a lot of time building rapport and again sharing those personal stories. So let's take a couple more minutes. We're at the top of our hour. So let's take a couple of minutes, go through your list and identify your R's or create 5 new R names. I'm just going to read through. When you're the R personality and you're the leader, you tend to make work more meaningful for everyone so that it's more than just a job. You foster a participative management style. You lead by coaching, empowering, and giving positive feedback. And sometimes this could be antithetical to your A personality because they want you to get to the point. We're so busy being soft and giving positive feedback, and your A's are getting annoyed. That makes sense? We want systems that allow people to work together with minimal conflict. You see your associates as real people, not just a number on a form. Focus on people's needs more than the task demands. So possibly we're trying to pour into our associates, and sometimes when our S's, our T's, and our A's are not responsive to that, we get our feelings hurt. Try to help with coworkers' personal problems. Maybe we try to kind of dive into places where possibly we don't belong. So when you're an R and you're being led, so for leaders, they like to follow an ethical leader who cares rather than S and T, rather than an authoritarian. So for our S's and T's, we have to soften our leadership style possibly when it comes to our R's. They resist changes that don't consider the people factor. So when we're implementing change, we have to be sure that we share why it benefits the humans in the relationship. They like collaborative teams. They work to please. They're more loyal to people than to systems. So they're going to follow the human, not the system. They're going to follow the leader, not WFG, as an example. They're going to respond to warmth and kindness, not to rules and policies. Sorry, S's and T's. They're not going to love the rules and the policies. They need appreciation, not criticism. They need to be creative and still be with people. And they need to have a higher purpose than day-to-day work. Does that make sense? So does everybody have 20 new prospects to go out and talk to in the next couple weeks? Everybody have your top 25 identified for your 3330, 117, 101030? Got some tools to work with? I see some new folks in the Zoom today. Will, welcome, sir. Do you want to unmute for a second and just share with us any nuggets that you got out of today's exercise?
Yeah, I've never done this part of it before. I've sold insurance and talked to people and done that before, but seeing the breakdown that you guys had and trying to figure out where I fit in and my personality type, that was very interesting for me. So I'm still kind of going through trying to see exactly where I fit in there, but I do like how y'all did that.
Oh, that's so awesome. Well, it's very nice to meet you. Hope we see a lot more of you. And, you know, to your point, figuring out how we fit in, we all kind of lead from a personality type, but we're all an amalgamation. We all have an S, a T, an A, and an R. It's just where does it fit in? When I first started with the company, for example, my senior marketing director, Pat Drasick, the joke was in the office, Lucy's S and T fought to be at the bottom. They duked it out to be at the bottom. She was such an A personality, right? And now I kind of lead with my S and T. So, you know, it always changes. Yes, Miss Siri, you have a comment for us?
Yes, because like I trained with the STAR system for so many times. one thing that I kind of like collect and figure out myself, because I have combination of STAR, all of them. But I'm gonna go back and then I'm gonna mark off everything and see portion of myself. But one thing that I see with the STAR system, and I thinking this is the way how I look, because I'm very analytical people. The STAR is important to you to actually be STAR at the right place and right time and the right topic. Because like when you actually plan the event, you got to be very S even though you A. Because otherwise the event gonna be so screwed up. And if you actually like, you know, like you need, it's like a real liquid that we have to be in any container, anytime. So in order to develop ourselves, we need to actually learn to be STAR at the right time, at the right topic. And that's one thing I'm trying to, you know, improve myself as well.
That's such a good observation. Any other thoughts, guys? Because to Siri's point, it's about looking at the situation and figuring out what to bring forward. Like looking at that prospect, that particular potential client, or that potential new partner, and seeing where they're leading from, and then bringing up that part of ourselves that authentically can match with them and authentically communicate. Yes, Miss Jolly.
Yeah, I agree with Siri, Miss Lucy. So here's what I found. When I joined the company, I was very T. Okay? And then over time, it will change. So I want you to understand that we all have that STAR. So the key point here is understand yourself, because if you're talking about clients, closing business, you have to use your R and T. But if you are building your business, you have to use your A and the S. That's the main point. Okay? Use your A and S. When you're closing the client, use the R, because you have to close them by their heart, right? Close them by their heart. Okay? So that's my key point. Thank you, Miss Lucy.
I think that's just so wonderful and so valid. Well, guys, thank you for your time today. Thank you for going over a little bit. Very much appreciate you guys. And Miss Jemima, do you want to send us out this beautiful Saturday with some announcements?
Yes, let me do it. Hold on. Is it sharing? Not yet.
It's okay, Jim. I can share on my end.
Oh, okay. Good, because I have old ones. Just kidding. Okay, go ahead. All right. Well, that was such a great training. Thank you, Miss Lucy. Thank you for all the inputs from everyone, right? So get ready to jumpstart your business and your life. Use that and apply it this week. So this is our CRM, right? Our customer relationship management tool. If you know what it is, great. That means you're signed up. If you don't, talk to your SMD, talk to your leader. We need to get you on this system. It'll help. Then also, you know, we love Jet and how he always gives us those announcements and those texts and the WhatsApp. But sometimes that, you know, that's not his job. He does it for us because he wants us to be there. But just take a picture of this or get the Axianta link tree so that you know when and where, Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, and it's all in one place. So ask your leader for that link too, or just scan it right now. And then next we have, oh yes, we have it. Okay, so even though it's to be determined, right? Monday is our product provider, for our technical folks, for our structure folks, and just for everybody in general. When you want to know about product knowledge and to hear from the actual companies, come to Mondays. It's just 1 hour and you learn a lot. So look out for that schedule. And then we have our Saturday schedule. Today we kicked it off with Star System, but you'll see we're going to do business system next. Oh, we're going to do compensation, you know, and just make sure that you invite people. All of this right here is for the community. It's for family, friends, clients, agents. Anyone can learn. I learned something about mortgages on one of these Saturdays. And then that's how I was able to make 6 figures on a home sale. So invite people. This is money value added to them. And I think that rounds up our announcements. Thank you all for joining. Have a great and wonderful weekend. Long weekend, right? I'm okay. Thank you.